Now, this next story is from the Reddit user PracticalSync1484 in r/True Scary Stories. So she says, in around 2018/2019, I, 25 female at the time, was 18 or 19, was living in Nebraska where I grew up. I had a good friend whose parents' house was one of those big ones, right on the blurring line between the fields and the city. My friends and I were constantly hanging out at his place. It was tons of fun, even though I was/am quite scared of the dark, so I would just not go outside after a certain time because there was little lighting, and the nearest neighbour was about a mile away. I always felt weird energy driving to and from his place if it was late at night, but never had anything happen until one night. The drive out there was a long, winding two-way road that had thick trees on both sides, and you passed one of the city's largest cemeteries on the way. Barely any lighting, of course, besides the street lamps every once in a while, and very little traffic. It's all inherently a bit creepy. This specific night was perfect spring weather, so I was driving with my windows down listening to music, and it was around 10 p.m. She says, I was coming around one of the curves in the road when I had to essentially slam my brakes on. Right in front of me, in the middle of the road, maybe 50 yards away, was what looked like a family. This was a family of 3, maybe 4, a tall, slim woman, an average height man, a child, maybe around 8 years old, and the mother was pushing a fucking stroller. Their clothes looked normal, not tattered, but not nice. They also were not carrying any kind of light source, meaning before I arrived behind them in my car, they'd just been walking in the pitch black. They were all facing away from me, walking completely silent in the middle of the street, the same direction I was heading. I had turned my music down to hear if they were speaking, had music playing, etc. They didn't. The hairs on my arms immediately stood up. I came to a stop in the road behind them, obviously, and just sat there for a moment to let them move. They seemed to be completely unaffected by me and didn't even turn their heads slightly, nor did they attempt to move out of my way. I literally thought that I was going insane or I was dreaming. It was so surreal. Before I really had time to fully process and register what I was seeing and how truly strange it was, they all, at the same time, stopped walking and very slowly turned to face my car.